Ah, it's you. Is there a situation? The Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words, there may well be a traitor among us.
Given everything that's going on, I'd be more surprised if there wasn't.
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence broker, I trust you have a solution?
Not one that I'm willing to volunteer. What's in it for me?
Let's say I'll treat this as a pilot project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities could never hurt.
I like the sound of that. Glad we're on the same page.
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one at Caravan Rebot knows who you are.
I take it you've read the files on everyone in the area?
Yes. I also skimmed the list of evacuees, and am more or less up to date on where everyone stands.
Any initial suspects?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as suspicious. I've identified 3 names. The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have 1 suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger, and in all likelihood has already left Caravan Rebot.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this stage is almost certainly with the Fatui.
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at a time like this. This spy must have been planted long ago. We need to smoke him out from wherever he's hiding.
Sounds like you have the beginnings of a plan. I see. Your suspicions are well-founded. I'd be watching him too if I were you.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some cash.
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not based in Sumeru, so barely anyone at Caravan Rebot knows who I am.
And you're certain you've never encountered this person in Krai?
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact with Sumeru mercenaries besides Jet. There's no way he could have seen my face before. Sino, stay out of sight and wait for my signal. If he raises any red flags, I'll bring him toward the main road.
Understood. I'll take it from there.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure working with you. Darker skin, scars, frequents the desert and has ample combat experience. Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at? A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for someone trying to hide any unexplained income. And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left? I don't suppose you happen to see a lady wearing a hat?
Ma'am, what are you doing in Caravan Rebot all by yourself? The main group evacuated some time ago. Didn't you pass them on the road?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so late by the time I found it. And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large groups on my way here.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could you describe this friend of yours?
Sure. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Corps of 30 are under orders to be extra cautious when dealing with unknown people. whoever they might be.
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you need to know? If not, I'd better try and catch up with them.
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty of carts, so one more won't be a problem.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer. I'll have to pay you for your trouble.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing up, I'll take you to join the rest of the group.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that. I'm strong enough for both of us.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you. Guess it's my lucky day, running into someone who knows what they're doing here. You might have just saved my life, you know?
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back? I hope for your sake that it's priceless.
Actually, I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it to yourself, or we could both be in big trouble.
Oh, really? Sounds mysterious.
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means. We have to be very discreet when we're selling them. That's why I had to go looking for the missing cargo alone.
Ah, no wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want to ruin our relationship before we even hit the road.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little difficult to sell on as well. Take a look at this.
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it? Dig it out of some ancient tomb?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the lookout for an opportunity to make a quiet trade. Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my competitors by helping you sell this.
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to deal with them. On the off chance anything went wrong, I'd never get my money back.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see. Well, in that case, I think we can work something out.
As it happens, I'm just about done packing. Shall we make a move?
Sure. Let's walk and talk.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends, and I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened.
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait! What are you doing?
This is the coin? Good. Sadly, you won't have the chance to spend it.
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled machine nowadays.
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, we have secured the evidence. Here's what's gonna happen. Southeast from here, leeward side of the hill. That's where he's meeting his contact.
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogation skills are highly effective.
Hers are quickly catching up. She's improved a lot in recent years. Looks like it's over to you for the next step.
Because I'm quickest on my feet?
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their activity from the air.
Fine. I'll be quick.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon. Once you're done with this, we're to meet up at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Got it. Will do.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe you should come with me.
Okay. Then Paimon's coming with you.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right? Meaning, you have to be quiet?
Paimon, are you sure about this?
Well, Paimon at least wants to give it a shot. Like everyone says, if you never try, you'll never know. Besides, being the best guide in Teyvat has to count for something. This should be a piece of cake.
Fine. Join me if you want. But be warned, if anything goes wrong, I'll have to gag you and shove you into a bush.
No need! Paimon will be super careful. Promise!
Good. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Ah! Coming! Coming!
Squall and Fury! Upon the gale! Behold! We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah, cool. Cool.
What's on your mind, Paimon?
Huh? Nothing?
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep. Why the sudden urge to go on a dangerous mission?
What's that supposed to mean? Paimon's been on plenty of dangerous missions before.
But never on your own. You hardly ever leave the Traveler's side. Just saying, I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen. If not, suit yourself. Makes no difference to me.
Hat guy? Do you think Paimon is useless?
What? Where's that coming from?
When we were in Not Krai, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with a Traveler every single day, whenever we face real danger, she can't do anything to help. Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the Traveler got kidnapped that time. What if he never came back? What would Paimon do then? And the more Paimon thought about it, the more useless she felt. But Paimon doesn't want to be a burden. Paimon wants to be a friend who's actually useful. Does that make any sense? You know, that feeling of just being completely useless and... Oh. Paimon probably sounds so ridiculous right now.
You asked the right person. Boy, do I know that feeling.
Oh, hat guy.
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. when you start doubting yourself, you have two choices. Give up or change. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, no amount of consultation from other people is gonna help you. So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Whatever it is, go do it. You won't have any regrets if you can at least say that you tried.
Oh. All right.
Something's not right. Shouldn't they be here by now? Paimon, is it just me? Or is it a little too quiet around here?
Should Paimon take a look?
We'll give it another hour. If nothing happens, we head back.
Okay. How strange. We've been here for ages. Where the heck are they? Have we been stood up? What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation, but I can't quite explain why. We know for sure that the guy Sino caught had something set up, yet somehow his contact is a no-show. So, either the handler got caught, or, more likely, they decided to cut our guy loose.
But how would they know to do that? Wouldn't they at least send someone here to check things out?
That's the problem. They couldn't possibly know what's happening here. Unless... This feels all too familiar. Come on, let's head back.
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how grateful I am to each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming here and standing by our side.
Shesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance of Aru. Please forgive their absence. As for Hermanubis, may he rest in peace. We remember him with great fondness.
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Now that it's really happening, I feel quite emotional. Time has taken many things away, but that which remains is all the more resilient.
I must say, there is one thing that rather surprises me. You appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusanali. But even so, I can sense that the life force given to you by the Dendral Dragon has far from fully resolved the problem of your vitality.
Oh no! So even Apep's power didn't work? Don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well indeed. The issue is how closely I'm tied to Irminsul. Until the problem with it is resolved, there is no way I can fully recover. Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during her absence. When gods pass away, inevitably, people's faith in them grows weaker. You must have sensed it already. Your power is not what it once was.
Regrettably, this is true.
I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul. Right now, we're all in quite a sorry state.
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I, gods and humans alike. We must unite all our strength in this moment.
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods remains in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility to support Sumeru through this catastrophe. Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this prison of Aru. Times have changed, and the people of today possess greater wisdom than those of the past.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Koti.
Now then, let us learn more about your plan.
The brightest minds of the Sumeru Academia are busy opening and renovating Aru. They claim it has something to do with Irminsul?
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Teyvat since the very beginning. But during the Age of the Dragons, it did not possess the significance it holds today. After the heavenly principles arrived, the power of the Light Realm was divided into elemental energy, and Irminsul was refashioned as a device that records and preserves all information. Since then, everything in this world has been inextricably linked to it. As the Dendro Archon, I have a duty to protect Irminsul. To Sumeru, it is both a national treasure and undeniably a major threat. Teyvat has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was a major crisis in Krai, which forced Sumeru to be even more vigilant than usual. I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. But despite my efforts, a major problem still arose within. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to, the intruder chose instead to utilize the most direct route, and the only one that cannot be protected against, by entering Irminsul through death.
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls from returning to the ley lines because of a potential invasion that could occur at any time.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I couldn't allow myself to stop the souls of the departed from finding peace.
Please, understand how difficult this predicament was for the Dendro Archon.
Defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted. Soon after that, the tree began denying access to any connections.
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster. There will always be trials and tribulations for the world to endure.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find a way to break through the lockdown and connect to Irminsul.
And this is why you need Aru.
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function and performance is Al-Akhmar's legacy, Aru. All I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using Aru is a last resort, and a move that comes with enormous risks. The Scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akasha, then use the Akasha to connect to Irminsul and investigate. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered far greater damage than they first thought, rendering that plan futile. To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to more extreme and far costlier means. This has led to a number of new contingency plans. To reclaim Irminsul, her brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind. I thank you all for giving them your blessing in this endeavor.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support, but that of the Jinn, the Aranara, and the Pari.
Together, we will do everything in our power to save Irminsul.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost sounded as if you knew who you were dealing with and what they were capable of.
Well, since you ask. Dr. Tainari! What is that?
Is this Irminsul? How did this happen? What's going on inside?
Luckily, we managed to evacuate everyone.
What in the world was that? That was terrifying!
Oh my. I understand now, Dendroarchon. You make yourself quite clear indeed.
Not once over the millennia has Irminsul been so terribly afflicted as this.
Please continue, Dendroarchon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, an evil intruder is making it reveal itself. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to a new stage.
Blasphemy. From where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy sounds rather improper. But if we are to honor Dottore will, this is what we must do.
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this incident is connected to him. But to explain the situation in full, there is someone I need to tell you about.
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in the desert once. A man of supreme arrogance. So this is where it has taken him.
But didn't Dottore die and not cry? How is he still able to do all this? He must still have loyal followers amongst the Fatui. Even so, I'm still unclear as to how he has been able to wield such a profound influence over Irminsul.
I can confirm that Fatui forces have arrived in Sumeru City. Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are slowly but surely materializing. Sorry, I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical entities yet, after all, but they are gradually becoming real.
A baleful tree climbing up into the heavens.
Speaking of Dottore, I have some information on that front as well. I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after he was caught. They wrote him off from the beginning.
You mean, the Fatui never intended to follow through with him? Then why plant a mole at all?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and the rationale behind it is pretty twisted. But as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to it, his goals are very simple. He just wants to confuse people, so they can't figure out what he's up to. He's been a collaborator of Dottore's from the outset. That fact alone confirms that Dottore is involved with this somehow.
There is still much to be done. Everyone, please remember our core strategy.
As per the discussions, the following groups must act immediately. Mr. Alhaitham and Mr. Kave, the next phase of the Aru renovation project must begin right away. Godspeed to you both.
We'll give it everything we've got.
The plan looks feasible, but the implementation will require certain resources.
General Mahamatra Sino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying the terminal.
No problem. I've already spoken with Sethos and Hat Guy, and they've agreed to assist me.
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed, right? Hat Guy?
If it's efficiency you're after, we're the right people for the job.
Following up on the elemental energy amplifier we discussed, Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one most familiar with the status of this project. Aside from the Dendro Archon, of course.
Yep, that's right. Leave it to Lord Sangamabe.
Got it. Well, I'd like Madame Farazan, Kale, and Nicole to support Dory on the technical side.
You can count on us. Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take good care of Kale.
Dia, Candace, and Nefer, you'll be in charge of negotiating between the various parties. I trust you remember our goal.
You bet. We can handle it.
Good. I believe that covers everything. Tainari will provide ad hoc support as needed, if that's okay.
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around all day, every day.
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you old rascal.
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt there will be many situations where my help is needed.
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, you and I will head to the border between Sumeru and Natlan. Once that task is complete, I'll be asking some of you to accompany me to the Eternal Oasis. The Eternal Oasis? I thought that was just a legend. So it does exist after all.
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. Unfortunately, Sumeru is all but completely cut off from the outside world at present. So regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mavuika the grand reception that she deserves. My apologies for the inconvenience.
No point putting too much pressure on yourselves. That goes for everyone.
Right. Especially you, Dendro Archon. I'm sure you're still feeling quite weak.
Don't worry about me. The Dendro Dragon's life force will sustain me. Plus, we'll be there every step of the way. Nahida will be just fine. Yes. I believe in myself. And I believe in every one of you. Well, time to get going.
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how successfully the Akasha can be modified and configured. And to make sure the configuration works, Aru will also need some further optimization.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Once we roll this out, any Sumeru citizens who already have Akasha terminals can simply continue to use their existing devices. This still leaves us with a significant equipment shortage, though. Many groups of people were never issued Akasha terminals, including mercenaries, the desert folk, and many others.
We'll need a supply of rare materials for the renovation of Aru and the production of new terminals. Right now, the best place to source these locally is from the primal constructs within King Deshret's mausoleum. Time is not on our side here. It's gonna be a race against the clock.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not an option. Best of luck to you both. As discussed, General Mahamatra Sino and Mr. Hat Guy will source the required materials. Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum. With him accompanying them, things should go quite smoothly.
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may as well take a breather.
Makes sense. There's not much we can do until the materials arrive.
Get information and stay close.
What is this, boot camp? Knock it off.
It's just Sino being Sino. You know what he's like.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs, dismantle them, and extract the required materials.
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed to this?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words, not mine. Surrender! Judgment is upon you!
Unsightly insects! The wind rises.
Way ahead of you!
Squall Fury! That's far enough!
Nowhere to run!
Excuse me?
Surrender!
The wind rises.
Nowhere to run! Your sins weigh upon your soul! Guilty!
Behold! Bow your head!
These devices should still be usable even though they're broken down. Let's take them back for the others to review.
Too slow.
Surrender! Way ahead of you!
Squall Fury!
Excuse me?
Cry louder!
Judgment is upon you!
You stand condemned!
How many do we need again?
Enough to make an Akasha terminal for everyone who doesn't own one.
I remember you telling me how revolutionary these Akasha terminals were. You've used one before, right?
The Academia declared the Akasha to be the most powerful and comprehensive wisdom dissemination system in history. That should give you an idea of how powerful it is.
Certainly sounds impressive.
Neither Hat Guy nor I have ever had an Akasha terminal.
Well, if it all goes to plan, that's about to change.
Oh, goody! Thank you so much for handling the delivery. What a long way it was. You've really outdone yourselves. I'm well aware what a bumpy, dangerous journey it must have been. Now, I would have loved to oversee the process myself, but of course, those of us who know the plan can't leave the mausoleum.
Oh, trust me, I'm patting myself on the back for my assembly work here. Simply flawless work. But will you really be needing all of this?
According to our plan, yes, this is the quantity required. I have no complaints about the quality either. Only the price. So expensive.
I heard you covered a lot of the funding out of your own pocket.
Oh, that's an exaggeration. The Academia provided most of the funds. I just offered a small token of my goodwill. Of course, the real tragedy is how little profit I'm making on this. You know, it's a serious crisis when you can't even make money out of it.
It's really quite a beautiful design. And I'm intrigued by how such a diminutive device is able to output the power of the Light Realm.
Did you attend the lecture on Light Realm energy, Madame Farzan? I don't believe I saw you there.
Of course I attended. I was just a little late, so I had to listen to the whole thing from outside the back door. Anyway, I have a perfectly good understanding of Light Realm, elemental and abyssal energy, as well as the relationship between the three.
Good to know. Master told me in private that the conversion process between Light Realm energy and elemental energy involves highly classified knowledge that shouldn't be disseminated too widely. But even so, the scholars still shared said information.
Well, you can't enforce a rule that everyone breaks. Is that the idea?
At first, the Dendro Archon was reluctant to explain it in great depth for safety reasons. Later, she came to terms with it and simply informed my master that we would all have to face the question of survival together. To protect someone from such dangers means keeping them in the dark, but for someone to know and embody the wisdom within, they must understand its very essence. It's an information hazard. We're exposed to danger just by knowing the facts. And just like bait, it lures us in by offering us the solution to our problems. But if you're not careful, you'll end up pursuing it down a dark path. A tricky problem. But today, this big problem has been broken down into many smaller, more trivial ones.
What do you mean?
I get it. For instance, you and I share secret knowledge, while she and I take on the risks of life, death, and fate. Something like that?
Hey, what? That is not what I call a trivial problem.
Well, as they often say in Vahumana, an event that is monumental to the individual is negligible in the grand scheme of history. Generally, the fate of the individual is an insignificant affair.
Being from Amorta, where the subject of our research tends to be a lot more personal, I have to disagree. It's hard to dismiss the individual as insignificant.
In other words, the big problem of survival has been broken down into many small, interconnected factors, and each one of us represents one of those factors.
When the same secret is shared with a group of people, the same fate binds them together. Most people would find this unimaginable, but to us scholars, this is the path that has always beckoned to us.
Sharing knowledge is a good way to fight against fate. I will always believe in that. All right, I think that's everything.
Thanks a lot. But don't go anywhere just yet. I'll still be needing you to calibrate the equipment.
Okay, the materials are ready. We can proceed with the next phase. Alhaitham, how are you getting along?
Most of the information in Aru is written in ancient desert scripts. Some of this is written in a tribal language, while other parts seem to be a variant of an oasis script, based on the glyph forms.
Oh. Not lost to history, I hope.
Some are. All we can do is infer the meaning based on the rules of related languages. Although, this section actually fills in some of the missing historical record. I'm transcribing it so we can bring it back to the academia.
After Aru started up, 2 more lines of text appeared here. Can you read them?
Humans may not read what is written by the gods, except by not reading. Victory should not be easy to attain, for it symbolizes divine wisdom. Knowledge must not waver, for it has external borders.
Is this a clue to solving a puzzle? Or is it being symbolic? You can't read it unless you don't read it. Victory is wisdom. Knowledge is confined by borders. Wait, I think I've got it. It's a metaphor, isn't it? It's talking about...
a chessboard.
You were right. The youth of today are skilled at solving riddles.
Have the secrets buried in the desert not been unearthed over the years all the same? Since Aru is a place reachable through wisdom, this day was bound to come sooner or later.
Oh, I've always been against overly cryptic sentences. Don't you get tired of reading and writing all that?
Ah, it's you 3. Just in time. We've been delving deep into Aru, and now this board has appeared.
I've heard this was how you'd while away your free hours. You must be quite the experts by now in that case.
It is true. King Deshret's chess games are some of the most well-loved of all his wonderful creations. If you have ever been to Safhe Shatranj, you may well be familiar with the chess pieces you see here.
Is this chessboard supposed to be another visualization of the interior of Aru, then?
Naturally. Visitors, everything is ready. Only by completing the challenge on the board in accordance with the rules will you be permitted to overwrite Aru.
1 second. It's not dangerous, is it?
Dangerous? Why, yes, of course.
I should be the one to go, then. Wait for me here.
Sounds like the self-confidence of our present company has rubbed off on you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm your upperclassman, and that means I have to look out for you.
I appreciate the sentiment, but a game of chess typically requires 2 players. Besides, I'm sure they won't let things get out of hand. Keeping things relatively safe is in your best interest too, isn't it?
Fair enough. I mean, you guys are controlling the difficulty, so please don't go too hard on us, all right?
Ah, but Bennu said he wanted to put some respect into these whippersnappers. All right, all right.
Thank you. Obviously, we'll still try to be careful. This doesn't seem like ordinary chess. Is the goal to defeat the opponent?
No, you must enter the board and pass the trials we have placed there.
Ready?
Let's do it.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho ho! Excellent work.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Now is the time for my trial. Now, don't be nervous. I'll make it nice and easy for you.
Really?
Thanks in advance. We appreciate it.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Done.
Finally. It's over. But seriously, that was incredible! Standing on the chessboard felt completely different from standing on solid ground. And also... Oh, sorry. I'll save my thoughts for later. Thanks to the three of you for helping us out with this. Is it just me, or were you giving us quite a lot of guidance along the way?
We made but a humble contribution.
You lived up to our expectations. Bravo! Our aid was not given for naught.
In addition to the existing functions, I'd like to ask you for another favor. Since Aru's interference shield can cover the entirety of the mausoleum, it should be possible to extend its range even further. Perhaps you can find a way.
So, building upon the existing functions to... I'm with you!
Imagine for a moment. What would the ideal outcome look like if this function were compatible with the devices?
I agree. This is the best solution possible. Please, everyone, we beg you to help us.
Me, oh my! Well, since you ask so very nicely, I suppose... Goti? Kroko? What do you say?
Naturally.
Time to go! Let's go find Nahida! There you are. Miss Nicole truly is an angel. She shows great wisdom in guiding others, and she has already sent word to Natlan on our behalf. She said that while the other members of the Hexen Circle are busy with important work, she is quite free, and she's more than willing to accompany the people of Sumeru for the entire journey. Oh, there's Nicole, all right. Always super patient and loves to help everyone out. She's the best. She is. So kind and enthusiastic. Well, time for us to get going. Let's head out.
This should be one of the closest places to Natlan in all of Sumeru. There's the barrier Nicole and Nefer mentioned. It completely cuts this nation off from the others. But why? Why separate you from the rest of the world now, specifically? And if I'm not mistaken, Irminsul was polluted once before, wasn't it?
I'm wondering the same thing myself.
That voice. Mavuika! You got here pretty quickly.
Hello, traveler. It's been a while.
Hello there.
Hello, Dendro Archon.
Mavuika, I apologize for asking you to meet at the border on such short notice. I also apologize for not being able to greet you in person. The form in which you see me now is one carried by the Traveler. The real me is inside the mausoleum of King Deshret, and I am reaching out to you with my mind from here. Irminsul has been infiltrated by the Doctor. We must be on our guard, as he can spy on information in the world from within the tree. Fortunately, there is no record of the Traveler in Irminsul, and you are still within Natlan's borders.
My records will be preserved in the Night Kingdom, rather than the ley lines. As long as the Night Kingdom remains disconnected from the ley line cycle, the Doctor has no way of knowing my movements.
Exactly.
So by meeting each other in this way, the meeting essentially never happened. No wonder Paimon didn't come. You were concerned that her activity would be recorded by Irminsul. The Natlanese have heard about the situation in Sumeru. With the borders sealed off, merchants have been forced to stop their shipments. It's pretty serious, and you're the ones bearing the brunt of it.
I'd like to address the question you raised at the beginning. I can offer a brief explanation, although it will sound rather cruel. I don't reach this conclusion gladly, but Irminsul predates the Heavenly Principles. It existed long ago, when the dragons of Natlan were at the height of their power. So even when the people of Sumeru became ill because of pollution, it was not a critical issue from the perspective of Irminsul itself. As long as it continues to function normally, the barrier will not be activated. But this time, the Doctor's invasion has directly affected the tree. That is what caused the barrier to deploy. The Heavenly Principles established a rule that when Irminsul is plunged into grave danger, a portion of power will be reserved to isolate Sumeru. That way, even if Sumeru is destroyed, the outside world at least has some time to catch its breath.
We'd certainly need it.
The Heavenly Principles created almost everything that exists in Teyvat today. To them, preserving the existence of the world and its inhabitants takes priority over protecting Sumeru.
Meaning, protecting Sumeru now falls to you.
Yes. My own power may be limited, especially compared to yours. But that doesn't mean that we're just gonna sit around and wait for the end. If necessary, I will utilize any and every means at my disposal.
Nicole of the Hexen Circle didn't say exactly what this meeting was about. But after hearing everything you've said so far, I think I can guess where this is going.
That's right. Nahida and I discussed it at length. We both know how presumptuous this is, but...
You need the pyronosis, don't you?
Yes, you guessed correctly. Originally, I only intended to borrow it, but the situation is far graver than I foresaw. So instead, what I ask of you is to please give the pyronosis to Sumeru.
Why do you sound so nervous? There's no need to be shy.
Surely a gnosis is pretty important to a god.
I guess, but it's not as if losing it would suddenly render us powerless. But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. With all the nations you've traveled to, and all the gods you've met, you must have realized that by now. As far as I'm concerned, a gnosis is basically an elemental energy enhancer. But I don't usually use it. You know me. I like to think I'm pretty strong without it.
Yeah, not about to dispute that.
So you see, you don't need to sweat it. Here, take the pyronosis.
Huh? Just like that?
Uh-huh, just like that. To tell the truth, I've always toyed with the idea of giving it to someone who needs it more than I do. I know you accompanied Nahida here to try and increase the chance of success. It's a good thing you did, because your involvement is one of the main reasons you've managed to persuade me.
Are you sure about this? Handing over your gnosis just because of me?
I won't try to quantify it, but trust me. Handing over the gnosis to Tumaini is far from the craziest idea I could think of. Besides, even if you hadn't come here personally, I think I still would have agreed to Nahida's request. Irminsul doesn't just affect Sumeru. It impacts all of Teyvat. I know all too well how difficult it can be to protect the things you care about. So logically, morally, or however you want to cut it, helping you is the right thing to do. You don't need to tell me the specifics of your plan. Where the gnosis is involved, the tighter the secrecy, the higher your chances of success.
Mavuika, my heartfelt thanks go to you and the people of Natlan.
Don't mention it. But now for the hard part. How do I actually give it to you? The Irminsul barrier is right in the way.
I have an idea.
Just as I thought.
Incredible. What did you do?
Just made a lucky guess. This seems to happen quite a lot. Things that apply to everyone else don't seem to apply to me. I figured the same might be true here.
Irminsul usually produces effects based on the records it holds. Since the Traveler is a Descender, Irminsul contains no records of him, and thus has no way to impede him.
Is that right? You really are full of surprises. Catch.
Whoa! Thank you, Mavuika. Thank you for trusting us with something so important.
All right. No need to get so formal. It's not like we're strangers. Besides, there's still one problem. You might be able to pass through the barrier, but I don't know about the gnosis. Any other surprises for us, Traveler?
Let me try something. I have the pyronosis in my hand. It feels strangely ordinary. Not particularly heavy, and yet this tiny thing symbolizes the mighty authority of a god. I need to think hard about my memories of Pyro. My memories of journeying through Natlan. All those important experiences I've had.
The gnosis disappeared. Traveler, are you alright?
I'm fine. The pyronosis disappeared into my body. Just like phlogiston.
Maybe it resonates with you because you've mastered the power of phlogiston. You might not be recorded in the ley lines, but you're still our Tumaini.
Whew.
Please allow me to express my gratitude once again, Mavuika.
Pleasure. Well, I've given you all the help I can. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
We won't let you down.
Yeah, we aren't about to lose.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you feeling? Paimon's a teensy bit nervous, but only a teeny tiny bit. Seems like she's gotten way braver over the last few years, huh? Of course. After all the adventures you've had with the Traveler, I'm sure you've gained a lot of experience and grown as a person.
I'm doing all right. What about you, Nahida? How are you holding up?
With the negative effects of Irminsul, I'm a bit like a piece of fruit that's been burrowed into by hungry insects and left to rot. I'd be lying if I said it was nothing. But please don't worry. We all know what we're getting into, and we've prepared as well as we can. I believe in everyone. I believe in you. And I believe in myself. Stoking the fire inside oneself is certainly one way to live. But knowing when to rely on one's companions is also a form of great wisdom. I've been quietly learning little things from everyone, like plucking tufts of fur from a sumpter beast.
Me too. With the constant traveling, I'm always learning and growing. That's the journey of life.
I think there's someone else here who would share that sentiment.
Don't worry about what I think. I was just passing by and happened to overhear your conversation.
What are you talking about, hat guy? This is the top floor. No one passes by the top floor.
Says who? You can fly just like I can. I would have thought it makes sense to you of all people.
I don't know why, but I feel a little more relaxed now.
It shows that you feel comfortable laying down your burdens in our presence. It means that Sumeru is a place you can trust, where you know we have your back. And we feel exactly the same way around you. That's what it means to be friends.